Before we get started on the topic of this video, which is the courts are not the government and have no lawful authority over you, we want to say thank you for helping to restore the constitutional republic one county at a time. Started. Why are courts not the government, and why do the courts have no lawful authority over you? Because they are for-profit corporations and must have a corporate charter that must comply with the Constitution. According to United States v. Salerno, 481 U.S. 739, 1987, quote, "A challenge to a law can argue that a statute is unconstitutional, facially, or as applied. A statute is facially unconstitutional when no set of circumstances exists under which the act would be valid." Unquote. Constitutional law refers to rights carved out in the federal and state constitutions. The majority of this body of law has developed from state and federal Supreme Court rulings, which interpret their respective constitutions and ensure that the laws passed by the legislature do not violate constitutional limits. In order to win a Child Protective Services case, we have the following remedies available to you. Important notice: you never want to give your unqualified signature in the public because it is going to be construed as the straw man. See Rule of Signatures that create an affidavit of status and then record it in the public record. Then create a list of the court officials and CPS agents, including title, name, and work address. Then send to that list of officials Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, requests. Get FOIA requests for your state from bonds4thewin.com. Send those FOIA requests to all government officials and CPS actors via certified return receipt mail. Insert each unique 20-digit certified mail number inside each letter. We can provide you with sample letters. The next step is to file a complaint and apply for a writ of quo warranto. Quo warranto is Latin for by what warrant or authority. A writ of quo warranto is a common law remedy which is used to challenge a person's right to hold a public or corporate office. A state may also use a quo warranto action to revoke a corporation's charter. In our Child Protective Services cases, we serve in person the Supreme Court and the Attorney General to get a declaratory judgment and/or testify to the lawful enactment and constitutionality of the statutes with which you are being charged. When you are charged with any violation of public policy, aka code, the first thing to do is order to show cause. The maxims of law are always true, such as he who does not deny admits, or an unrebutted affidavit stands as truth. And the system of justice is built around honor and dishonor. When you receive a presentment, which is a document or instrument making a claim on you, such as CPS wants your children, or you violated a penal code or vehicle code, you would be in dishonor if you fail to answer it and will receive a default judgment. If you fail to show up at court, it is a default judgment. So don't be in dishonor and question the charge or debt owed. In the simplest form, it would be making a photocopy of the original presentment, traffic ticket, court summons, notice of default foreclosure, and writing in red pen diagonally across it, refused for cause per UCC 1, 308, then qualify your signature by putting without prejudice. This retains all your rights, and without it, you lose your rights. Then write, by authorized representative, to the left of your signature, and then your signature. Study the rule of signatures thoroughly. If your all-capital lettered name is on the presentment, that is John H. Doe, then that is an ENS legis, legal fiction and not a living soul, and you are the authorized representative of that corporate fiction. See UCC 3, 4021, showing the authorized representative is not liable for the party signed on behalf of, that is John D.O. Get a friend, neighbor, or anyone not a party to the case that is not named or someone who will be called as a witness to fill out a proof of service by mail, and put your response in the letter and mail it back first class if it isn't that important certified mail, and include the certified mail hash in the proof of service if it is more important. If it is very important and will be the best form of evidence at a court case, get a green signature receipt card to go with the certified mail for $3.50 plus $2 for the green card, as this will be allowed as evidence. The We Shall Be Free tour will begin once the case is docketed. However, the clerk of court at the U.S. Supreme Court is refusing to docket. This is obstruction of justice and a crime. The people in the U.S. need to hear the truth and understand that these are rights that are guaranteed. And the moment you take a right from one, you take it from all, and no longer a freedom, but only an illusion of freedom. Do thorough research on the following cases and information: Nancy Schaefer's speech on CPS corruption. By the way, Nancy and her husband were subsequently murdered under mysterious circumstances. Bonnie Straight on corrupt judges, suing corrupt courts, and failure to train remedy. 8 U.S. Code Section 242, deprivation of rights under color of law. How police officers commit treason. There is a video about that on this channel. The judge is trustee in the corrupt courts. On December 1, 1990, Congress materially altered the oath of the justices and judges of the United States by way of amendment, so as to relieve them of any duty of faithfulness to obligations, duties, or observances to administer justice under the Constitution and laws of the United States. Thank you for restoring the constitutional republic, one county at a time. Subscribe to this channel, share these videos widely, and let's restore America's constitutional republic. It's time to re-establish our sovereignty.